Yo, what's up, guys? Brofist, Dragon Slayer, what's up, guys? Hey, what's up? Yup, what's up? Karen,
What's up, yup?
what is up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me turn this music down. I got this music up so loud. American B. Savage, what is up, brother? Good to see you. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Unspecified Podcast. I apologize for that lengthy intro, but you know how it is trying to get the stuff going and ready and all geared up with the links and all that.
Sounds good.
At least with me, you know, I share the links. Thank you. Well, thank you. Tiff just did a little sound check for us. How are you guys doing? Good afternoon.
Stuck out west. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Man, it's everywhere today, guys. There's so much news. Literally, we had to, leave some stuff out because it was just going to be too long.
Right.
It's everywhere
there's a lot
today.
of news. Yeah, absolutely. Andrew, what's up, brother? It's good to see you. So let's get into this news real quick. Joe Bakewell, what's up, dude?
What's up, Joe?
Brofish.
And Mrs. Joe.
Brofish.
What's up, Andrew?
Okay. So, all right. Let's see here. Emergency declaration issued. This is from Axios. In 17 states, okay, over this cyber attack that's happened on a pipeline.
I had briefly seen a little bit about this before.
The emergency declaration covers Alabama, Arkansas, D.C., Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia.
Wow.
That's a huge portion.
That's a huge chunk. And, I was just thinking, I was like, golly, I hope, you know what I mean? I hope there's no flooding. I hope there's no huge, that's a huge chunk.
No, that's huge.
So can you imagine if there was an emergency such as a hurricane or something, which it's not even hurricane season, not that that means anything in 2021, but, where there's, first off, do you even think that there's going to be a gas shortage? Is anybody seeing that?
Well, we've already seen prices going up on gas.
Right.
And I expect there to be hikes today.
Right.
So the Colonial Pipeline carries 45% of fuel supplies in the eastern U.S. Some 5,500 miles of pipeline has been shut down in response to the attack.
Golly.
Okay.
Do you mind? Can I read it?
Absolutely.
Awesome. The Biden administration said it's working with fuel pipeline operator Colonial Pipeline to try and restart operations after a ransomware attack took it offline. Why it matters. Friday night's cyber attack is the most significant successful attack on energy infrastructure known to have occurred in the U.S., notes energy research Amy Myers-Jeff. Per Politico, the Department of Transportation's Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration issued a regional emergency declaration for 17 states and Washington, D.C. to keep fuel supply lines open. The big picture, well, you read the big picture. While gasoline and diesel prices aren't expected to be impacted if pipeline operations resume in the next few days, fuel suppliers are becoming increasingly nervous about possible shortages. What's happening? The emergency declaration covers Alabama, Arkansas, D.C., Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia. Sorry to go over that again. The DOT agency said in a statement the declaration addresses the emergency conditions creating a need for immediate transportation of gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and other refined petroleum products and provides necessary relief. Colonial said in a statement Sunday, while its main fuel lines remained offline, some smaller lines between terminals and delivery points were now operational. We could kind of break for just a second.
Yeah. So, Master Blaster, what's up, dude? Smiles.
What's
Good to
up,
see
Jason?
you.
What's
Dragon
up,
Slayer.
guys?
Jason. Sorry. Okay. So, we stocked up. This caused me to stock up.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie.
Stock up. I mean, we got enough to make sure that if there was an emergency, we could leave the area.
Yeah.
As we suggest you do as well. If you're in one of these 17 states, if you're able to, might not be a bad idea. Fill your tank. Fill the spare car tank if you have one. You got a couple canisters. Maybe fill them up. If you don't have a canister, look, we didn't. We only had the one canister, and we went. We got 2 canisters just to be safe. You never know.
But, it's funny with all that. Let's see, if you don't mind, as we run around town just trying to, do something for Mother's Day or get the backyard ready, just trying to get ready for spring and summer and whatnot. And, literally, rising costs for everything. Okay, higher prices leave consumers feeling the pinch, and you see it everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And so either people don't care, or I see people that are like, dude, my freezer's so full that I have to put cases of water on top of it to keep it closed.
But I've heard some crazy stories. So, like, your dad was just saying yesterday how there was a guy he knew that had spent his whole life collecting property, you know what I mean, for rental property, so that when he was ready to retire, he could live off of these rentals, right? Like a lot of people did. Well, the renters that were in there didn't pay during COVID, so he had to pay using credit cards, pay the note for these houses, and they foreclosed because he couldn't pay the credit card payments. Or they foreclosed.
Right.
He lost everything. And even, I mean, can I share ours?
Well, I mean, if you want to,
Our, our landlords even have told us yesterday on Mother's Day that they're looking to sell. So I don't know what we're going to do
in this market, but
right.
And
so,
like I said, because we were already looking for property, and I'll be honest with you, dude. I have seen since 2020, I've just been looking in, just different places like Facebook Marketplace, Zillow, whatever. And things that were 80,000 are now like 200.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
So like, or near about.
Yep.
160, 180.
Or if not more. And then like just
there's
grocery
been
ships.
A ridiculous spike. And I think that this is all a part of the Great Reset. Okay, this is that agenda, hoocha, whatcha, who, I don't know which one, but this is just at the very least trying to make more renters.
Right.
Okay.
Right, but renters aren't going to have anywhere to go. You know what I mean? What do you do if you haven't had a job for COVID? You don't have provable income, so what do you do? You know what I mean? Nobody's going to, I shouldn't say nobody, but there is also, that, sorry, I was thinking about what you said. That's a great point. I don't know. I don't know. You're seeing it in the grocery stores. You're seeing it in the hardware stores. You're seeing it, everywhere.
I got some weird news here. It looks like with this technology age, we're seeing a new angle on criminals actually becoming offensive towards law enforcement. Yes. So they're using like ransomware.
Yeah.
Ransomware gangs get more aggressive against law enforcement.
This blew my mind. Do you want to read it?
Yeah. Well, you can.
Okay. Police Chief Will Cunningham came to work 4 years ago to find that his 6-officer department was the victim of a crime. Hackers had taken advantage of a weak password to break in and encrypt the files of the department in Roxana, a small town in Illinois near St. Louis, and were demanding $6,000 of Bitcoin. Now, that was 4 years ago.
Right. But no, I mean, 4 years ago, Bitcoin was still up towards like...
Right. So can you imagine if, but I was shocked. I was surprised, frustrated, Cunningham said. Police departments, big and small, have been plagued for years by foreign hackers breaking into networks and causing varying level of mischief, from disabling email systems to more serious problems with 911 centers temporarily knocked offline. In some cases, important case files have gone missing. But things have taken a dark turn recently. Like, oh, that was just fun banter playing, knocking off 911 and stuff. That's just fun. Now it's dark. Criminal hackers are increasingly using brazen methods to increase pressure on law enforcement agencies to pay ransom, including leaking or threatening to leak highly sensitive and potentially life-threatening information.
So hold up. Whoa. You know what? They have access to officers' online personal data.
Well, officers, they have.
So if they're being lewd in their messages or anywhere else, the time to be the best you can be as a person. If you're an officer, now's the time.
Or
you know what I mean?
Okay, if
you can't be dirty at all.
Oh, right.
Or they'll be able to use ransomware against you.
What if you were?
So now I'm so sorry. But it's popping up in my head.
I know.
How can you trust anyone in local government if they're being blackmailed right now with this agenda they're pushing because maybe they got caught by this group, this ransom group.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
And then also like
or were you saying that and I was interrupting you?
No, I was making a different point. That's okay, Viv. What if there's somebody like an informant to the police? You know what I mean? That's against or somebody, let's say there was someone in BLM that was working with the cops to try to help. And then, you know what I mean? If the wrong person got access to that information, that would be potentially life-threatening for that person. I mean, BLM has already come out and said if we catch you, if your video is the reason that somebody
That's right.
gets charged or
Threatening
whatever,
streamers.
right?
Well, you'll see streamers show up to events,
Right.
protests,
And they just want to look at themselves.
Well, they're either on selfie cam or they're like, whenever they see something about to happen, they're like, oh, I don't know, maybe I won't. No. No.
You guys should see it. There's a lot happening right now.
No.
You should be here.
Right now, they're just while they're beating the crap out of someone.
Peacefully negotiating.
Breaking windows and catching black-owned businesses on fire.
Karen says $65 per sheet of plywood in Hawaii and going up. I had seen a post of a guy who said it was $94. Now, I don't know where he was.
I don't know where that was.
When we went to go fact check, we couldn't confirm those numbers, but who am I to say? I don't know where
Hey,
he's
it did, though.
It was right before the Chauvin
It spread like
case
wildfire,
finished.
and look, not only are businesses buying the crap out of it, so you see the price hike for plywood go up because they know folks with money who can afford a little bit more. That helped out because they know there was a demand to cover up businesses in certain areas.
$6 for bread, $7 for a gallon of milk, and that's in Hawaii. My goodness.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine it costs so much to be there.
Dragon Slayer said he sent 2 PDFs in a Discord DM.
So sorry.
What's up, Parker? How you doing? Okay, so I'm going to continue on. The threat of ransomware has risen to a level that's impossible to ignore, with hardly a day going by without news of a hospital, private business, or government agency being victimized. On Saturday, the operator of a major pipeline system that transports fuel across the East Coast said it had been victimized by a ransomware attack and had halted all pipeline operations to deal with the threat. There was another article, one of the ones that we scrubbed, that said that he told his therapist everything and hackers released all the information. So like, if you see someone for mental health, psychiatric, anything like that, none of your private information is safe.
Well, it's definitely vulnerable.
Yeah, okay, fair. Fair. Let me not be, what is that?
I would say now is the time to, I don't know.
The increasingly defiant attacks on law enforcement agencies underscore how little ransomware gangs fear repercussions. In D.C., a Russian-speaking ransomware syndicate called Babook hacked into the network of the city's police department and threatened to leak the identities of confidential informants. Unless an unspecified ransom was paid, we had nothing to do with this.
Nothing to do with this.
A day after the initial threat was posted in late April, the gang tried to spur payment by leaking personal information of some police officers taken from background checks, including details of officers' past drug use, finances, and in at least one incident of past sexual abuse.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, that's kind of, text messages, I think they can be hacked. I think all kind. But Apple has they used to have military grade encryption or something like that, where it was safe to send banking information over text. But I think that there was something that came out that said that was not trustworthy. Dude, Vilified Freedom Brofist.
Jack Attack, what's up?
Sorry, I meant to say that he paid $9 per for 2x4s the other day at Lowe's.
Oh, well,
$9.
Golly, they were $3 something last year for a 2x4.
Best couple on YouTube, Jack. What's up, dude? Brofist.
Kelly,
Jack
plywood
Attack.
is $70 a sheet in my little sleepy suburban town.
Whoa!
Golly.
Holy crap!
America's a frog in a slowly boiling pot.
You better believe it.
We will be boiling soon. That's exactly right, GK.
Charm Life Lady, Brofish, or Sisterfish. Let's see, dude. You better GKT11, dude. And he's been saying it the whole time.
Oh yeah.
He's
I mean, you know what I was thinking about? Can I sidebar for just a second? If you think about 1940s, okay, if you think about the 1940s, and if you had gone in, there are reports, depending on where you are, of experiments that were happening to police and, the transgender things and stuff like that happening way back in the 40s, okay? Just way more hush-hush. Can you imagine if someone had talked to you in the 40s with society being what it was then and said, oh, yeah, man, the government totally knows, you know what I mean? It would have sounded absurd, crazy, some
No,
of the
you're right.
stories, MK, or I don't know. I want to
No,
be careful what I say.
any of those would be conspiracy. Oh, those are just conspiracy theories.
Right.
That's no. That was a term invented by you know who to. But and as you know, I have a buddy who I would have, he's more straight edge than I am. You know, he owns a business in town and he's more clean cut and whatnot. And I'm more of the rural country, whatever. And and me and him, we always have such great conversations because we'll get into talking about it because he sees the way things are and how everything's going. And I'm like, man, and I know that it's a conspiracy. And he's like, no, stop doing that. It's not conspiracy no more. This stuff is happening. Mm-hmm. This is real. It's time for us to stop acting like, well, maybe. No. Okay.
Right.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Stuff has come out where they have to say it now, and
I'm not
there's all kind of stuff coming to light from what they've done back in the day. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not going to say if you know, but butterflies. All right, think of a butterfly, and that was the biggest mind blower to me. I was like, no. I'm sorry, that's silly. But you know what I mean, and that has been ousted. Like that's not even a conspiracy anymore. That's just talked about.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I love this shirt. Do you see the shirt?
Say no to the prick.
Guys, we got to get this. We got to do this. This is a cool shirt.
Is.
Just say no to the prick. I just
That's
like
awesome.
It's great.
I don't know who makes this. Look it up. Go buy the shirt. That's awesome.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just I love the shirt. Anyway, whopping 80% who refuse the
roll up your sleever.
The Wuhan wiggle roll up your sleever say nothing can change their minds, but there's good news too.
What you mean is 100% of people who haven't gotten it are not going to change their mind, and 20% of them were not willing to acknowledge that verbally.
There's probably a less ADD or ADHD way of going about reading this article, but this is how my mind works, so I jump straight to here. And I'm like, okay, so only 5% responded yes. 16% said they were not sure.
Which you might as well throw those
in. And 79% responded that nothing could make them change their minds about getting immunized. But this 16% that said they were not sure if they could, is there anything that could get you to change your mind? Okay. And so 5% said, yeah, something could change my mind. Maybe. And then these folks said not sure, which really means they just don't want to tell you no. So you might as well throw this 16% in with this. So right. 95% are right. sure that you right. can't change their mind. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I don't know. You'll have to tell me what you think about that. I know I know folks that have gotten it, so it's not like I'm upset with you.
Right.
I'm not anti anything.
What's
really.
up, Independent Minnie? What's up, Vilified Freedom?
Independent Minnie, what is up? I'm sorry. What is up, man? Let's see. Oh man, username.
Anybody have an update on the guy who took the?
Anybody have an update on the guy who took the? You know what? So yes, I actually covered that. I don't have an update on it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I just thought of it. I was like, oh yeah, that does ring a bell.
Hey, actually, let me. You know what? I need to peruse my.
You can count me as a no. I agree with you.
I need to go and check. I have this video. What did I do with it? How did I lose this? Oh no. So sorry, guys. Can you read this?
A significant 18% responded, I will not get roll up to pricked. The cohort that was then asked if their minds could be changed, which leaves at least 82% in play. Of those people, 42% said, I have received all the injections required to be fully pricked against Wuhan Wiggle. 14% said, I have started the prick process, but need another prick. And an additional 14% who said, I'm not sure about getting pricked. And in the 1 in 5 refusers who at least leave open the possibility of changing their minds, and the goal doesn't seem that impossible. Well, I don't close my mind to very many things, but I'm gonna go ahead and say probably no. That's a hard pass.
Crud. I was looking for...
What's up, Guns, Games, and Gadgets?
Guns, Games, and Gadgets channel. What's up, dude? I don't have my chat.
Happy Monday, guys.
Yeah. Good Monday. How's your Monday going?
What's up,
How have
MH?
you been? How have
88.
you guys been?
Blood Raw Truth, what's up?
How is your Monday going, guys?
Lots of news out there. Username Texas Antique. If all the anti-vax boycott, we still have our voice. Yep.
Crud, man.
Kelly says 2 pricks, 1 arm. You remember? Because of the 2. That was very funny.
Okay.
Kelly, you need to put that on a shirt.
Yeah, for real. I was trying to look for something, but I've lost it. Oh man, it was this.
Yeah, David. Yep, we were just talking about that gas. And now, my family lives in Indiana, and so we, ever since I was a little kid, I've always heard my dad and my grandpa, what's your
Talking
gas
about,
prices?
yeah, because so like, you know, her family is very military, so they're all spread out, and so that's just like talking about the weather, because
Right.
they all have different weather.
Right. So what's your gas prices?
Or yeah, they all have different gas, and so it's just funny.
And so my family was just talking, and so I started doing it, of course, when I got older. And so just this morning, my grandparents were talking, and, you know, we're like, you know, they say it's not going to rise, but I would expect it to probably rise, even as early as today.
Oh, Mrs. Red Badger, what is up? What's up?
What's up, Mrs. Red Badger?
MH88, what
Already
is up?
here, yep.
All right. So let's see. Americans accustomed to years of low inflation are beginning to pay sharply higher prices for goods and services as the economy strains to rev back up and the pandemic wanes. Sorry, it's, you know, price tags.
The L is silent sometimes.
The L is silent sometimes. Price tags on consumer goods, from processed meat to dishwashing products, have risen by double-digit percentages from a year ago. You better believe it. I just saw it. You know, I don't go into town often, but man, I went, oh my gosh, I just needed a couple things, and it turned into a
freezers and dishwashers, lawn and garden products are also getting costlier.
Not only does everything cost more, but it's being made at the cheapest bid. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you pay so much for a freezer and it breaks.
We were just at Lowe's, baby. Like, there was like 9 or 10 electric lawnmowers that were plastic, and there was like 3 Craftsman actual metal lawnmowers. You know what I mean? I don't know. It was just so weird. Caitlin Vinson, a program manager in Denver, said her recent $275 bill at a Costco Wholesale Corp store, which included razors and cotton pads on the top of her typical grocery list, was more expensive than usual. Miss Vinson said she switched from buying fresh to frozen fruit and vegetables because they are less expensive and last longer. We're sacrificing the food that I really like to cook just to be cheaper, she said. Costs are rising at every step in the production of many goods. I wish this was a touchscreen so I could... prices for oil, crops, and other commodities have shot up this year. Trucking companies are paying scarce drivers more to take those materials to factories and construction sites. As a result, companies are charging more for foods and consumer products, including foil wraps and disposable cups. Hey, listen, if any of you out there are truckers or you know truckers, be safe, okay? Like y'all know as well as I do that if there's shortages of any time, truckers are vulnerable.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned truckers, because that's actually news. I don't have an article for it, but didn't the B man or the P man or Potato Joe, didn't he just say that they're easing up on the driving hours and whatnot?
For the oil, yeah, he lifted so truckers are they can only drive so many hours, without break, so that, for safety concerns, of course. And from what I heard, that limit has been lifted. Truckers kind of are free to drive as long as they can. So to try to negate some of these gas shortages, fuel shortages. But that's another risk, is that truckers are tough, but sometimes tough people don't know when to say enough is enough. So watch out there, as well driving. Be cautious. Man, it drives me nuts because, we'll see 18-wheelers, the highway, the stretch of interstate right by us, is like a hot shot for, it's a very big supply chain interstate. So there's semis all the time. And people just, cut out in front of semis, with 5 feet to spare. These semis can stop on a dime, like a Civic or something.
For years, I worked
drives me nuts.
towing trucks and, working in a tow truck, not driving.
Right.
And yeah, I've been on tows, recoveries, and all kinds of stuff. And you ride with a tow truck, and you'll realize how often they get pulled out on. And people have no respect for trying to stop the weight of a truck. Seriously.
Yeah.
You know, like they have no idea.
Yep.
You pull out because you think you need to go right now because you think you need your way, and what you don't know you're risking is if he can't stop, he's gonna roll right over and crush you. I mean, it's not gonna.
Well,
be...
it's just selfish too, and if you think about it, you know, like if he has to swerve to avoid you, like his whole load could dump. I don't know. It's scary stuff, and so you know, be safe and. If you have young drivers, remind them not to pull out in front of semis. Give them space. You know, people think that cushion semis leave between their front and the the car in front of them is like for pulling in. Like, oh, thank you. You've left me this big gap to cut you off. But that's their braking.
That's their
braking
space.
Section.
Yeah, that's for braking. Absolutely. Average U.S. price of gas jumps 6 cents per gallon to $3.02. Now it's not quite there today.
Well, for us.
Yeah. It will be probably.
We're lucky because we have all those. I mean, less than 100 miles away, they're getting gas.
Yeah. So let's see. Industry analyst Trilby Lundberg of the Lundberg survey said Sunday that the increase came as the costs of crude oil and ethanol also rose. So, you know, everything is going up. That little incident in the Suez is supposed to have caused something, and
the price at the pump is $1.05 higher than it was 1 year ago. The highest average price in the nation right now is $4.16 a gallon in the San Francisco Bay Area, which I know some of our viewers are in that area. And the lowest average is $2.55 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which we actually did fill up for $2.55
and
today,
stocked up.
thankfully.
Yeah.
The average price of diesel is up 2 cents over the same period to $3.16. My goodness.
That's a little gas update.
There's almost a $2 difference.
Largest U.S. fuel pipeline vows to overcome hack by end of week. But what's that little blip going to do to the system?
Right.
And where are we if our system is so sensitive that these blips are causing, you know... How do you stop such a big rolling machine? It's not well greased. Because we're just shoving stuff places and patching stuff, and I mean, some of it is nice for in the private sector.
Right.
You got a lot of clean, well-oiled machines, okay, and as well in some sections of the government. But for overall infrastructure-wise, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Can we read a couple of these comments because
let's
there's some fire ones.
Lone Wolf, what's
up? Heard General McMillan arrested along with National Guard top general. Anyone else hearing this? I did hear that. Don't have an article on it yet. Another arrest was there was a pastor in Canada who opened his church up. They swarmed him on the road. They surrounded his vehicle, forced him to get out of his car and on his knees while they handcuffed him in the middle of the interstate or the highway. Just craziness for opening his church. All right, so I'm sorry. I wanted to read a couple of these comments. Truckers only get exemptions on medical and food for the hours of service. Jack, you had another comment earlier about us truckers. If you are a trucker, man, thank you so much for what you do. Yeah, us truckers ain't showing down. Man, be safe, and thank you for what you do. Angry Wreck-It Ralph, what's up? Cheapest meat at the store is deer balls. They're under $1. They're under $1.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was the best.
Dang, that was good.
Now that Colonial Pipeline has been hacked, the price of everything will be going through the roof. Right. Anything right. Not sure. I thought he said McMillan. Could be wrong, though. MH88, try driving a snowplow with a wing at 80 kilometers with a full load of salt, and these foreign drivers don't know how to winter drive. Almost shat a few times. Yeah.
Hey, man, I am a foreign driver, okay? If I was where you is, I wouldn't know what to do, man.
Right.
I'd be slipping and sliding all over. I don't mean nothing. I didn't grow up with no ice. None. They don't have that. That's like a rarity here.
Right.
The only ice we have is in the freezer.
$4 a gallon under Obama first term. This is a FF final nail in coffin need for reset. Yeah, Texas Antique, that is a fear.
That is so weird, because I'm seeing a lot of the FF stuff.
What is FF?
False.
Oh, duh. I knew that. I hate when I do that. When I'm like, oh,
Do you have a flag?
I really should have known that.
But do you have a flag?
Do you have a flag?
Do you have a flag? That's the rules.
No.
You must have a flag.
No flag, no country. It's not my choice.
I'm sorry about that.
Make friends with your local prick injection nurses. Oh, dang it. I still screwed it up. Or whoever might be able to get you signed up. Ooh, GKT11.
Hey, that's how you got to do it, though, man.
I like
that's
your brain.
That's a potential. That's kind of where we're going these days.
Texas Antique, never let a good crisis go to waste.
That's
Amen.
right.
But you know what? Also, man makes plans and God laughs.
That's exactly right. That's an excellent point. And that's to say with all their plans, like, I don't know, man, if they're trying to depopulate through ruining
Look at the Suez Canal. Everybody thought that blocking it should have tanked the economy. You know?
Yeah. And whether or not that was planned or not, you know what I mean? Or if I was trying to say eugenics via, maybe they're not trying to kill everybody, but just stop them from populating. Because that was what we saw in that show we watched, where the goal they wanted with the you-know-whats was just to stop reproduction.
Right.
Anyway, we've gone dark enough. I'll take off my tinfoil hat for now.
All right, let's see here. Never let a good yes, we are going to talk about Israel today, Smiles. Where it's down the list a little bit. They handcuffed his legs up as well, Mikey says. That's that pastor in Canada. Carried him across the highway.
I laughed at Kelly's. She said, "Love the random Eddie Izzard reference."
Y'all be sweet. MH is good, dude. Just if all mindsets welcome. Just our opinions.
Nothing.
No,
I was
no,
just
no.
joking because I wouldn't know what to do.
I think it's all fake. We have enough spare oil for 500 plus years. Ninja, that was another thing. I was like, there wasn't even lines here, and we're supposed to be one of the emergency states.
Well, you say that, but that may mean that you just haven't felt the effects yet. The news is out, so watch out. This is an excuse. Here, hold up. Gas goes up to worse than you've seen since 2008, 2010. But here's the kicker. How do they excuse it away and make you guys just keep going on and keep going along with the greatest show on earth? They tell you it was a cyber attack. How you going to prove it? Prove it to me.
Right.
How you going to show me it was a cyber attack? Well, anytime, maybe we can just excuse, there was that cyber attack, and that's why it costs more now. Okay, so if they can just say cyber attack and everything costs more, watch out. They're about to get rid of the middle class is gone. Right.
No, Smiles, feel free, man, because sometimes there's stuff that we don't hear about. So if y'all know of something that's going on and we don't talk, please mention it, because, shoot. Y'all going to make me go get another chili witch for comfort. We had to cook mac and cheese at midnight last night because of you.
Yeah, I need chili in my life big time.
Oh, I hate chili. It's too much like a hot dish.
Really?
I grew up with hot dishes.
It's a hot dish.
A hot dish. You get your hot dish and your coupon.
All right, now we're going back into the tinfoil hat stuff, so get your stuff. Okay, even though it's reported on by the Wall Street Journal. Okay, whatever.
Kelly says, love the random Eddie Izzard references. Kelly, I love that you knew that it was an Eddie Izzard reference. All right.
Okay, smart speakers go beyond waiting to be asked.
They had already, look, Alexa, that brief moment we had her, she was way more than I asked for, a little overzealous. She had to go.
It was the cackling in the middle of the night that got me. So devices are beginning to offer sleep tracking, screens that follow users, and other experiences without a prompt every time. Okay.
Like what? What?
Okay, Alphabet Inc.'s Google and Amazon.com Incorporated are experimenting with features for their smart home devices that more proactively assist users instead of waiting to be called on each time. Okay, so instead of you having to remember, okay, so I like to go into the kitchen and I like to wake up my Alexa and tell her this, this, and this.
Right.
Well, no, it's going to start learning what you like and it can just do it automatically.
No.
They need it to get normalized for you to have your Alexa talking to the dishwasher, talking to what's in the fridge with the picture so that you can look at what you got in the fridge while you're at the store. How about make a list? You know what I mean?
Wow. So Google's newest Nest Hub device can automatically deploy radar to track users' sleep patterns every night. Once they set up the feature, the device uses microphones and sound, light, and temperature sensors to monitor coughing, snoring, farting, other factors that can affect how well a person sleeps. So if you think about it, like, so the perk, the cell is going to be like, hey, when you're ready to go to bed, your whatever will know, and it'll tell all the other devices in your home, okay, time to turn the temperature down, to the temperature they like. Let's get the lighting down to the lightings they like. Your house will basically tuck you in.
Well, but you've had like Billy Goats has been trying to have a house something like that.
He has had a house like
right,
that for
right.
years.
Well, now he's trying.
Everybody else.
Yeah.
Let me bring it to you. Do you remember growing up? Even Steven, no, Gemma from Sons of Anarchy
Yes.
was in a Disney show called like The Smart House or something.
I remember, and they made a mess, and the house cleaned everything
right.
up.
But
I
she
remember
also
the
like
Smart House.
held them captive. She got mad. She was like, Gemma was the house, right? She was like this
that's
genie or something.
I remember that.
And she got mad and like locked them in the house and wouldn't cook food for them and like spat the food at them and all. I don't know. Can you imagine if your house was mad at you?
I'm gonna get a copyright from
MH
Disney.
says, shit, they started hacking our living rooms with the Xbox connecting cameras on your TV. Sneaky, sneaky. That's absolutely right, dude. If you're a dude, I'm sorry, MH. But,
Hold on, can we listen to this?
Yeah.
Ow! You didn't tell me that thing was gonna bite me.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just Pat's way of getting to know you.
Taking
Angie
your
Cooper,
blood.
age 9, 52 inches tall, 62 pounds, blonde hair, brown eyes, 12% body fat, had measles and 1 early case of pneumonia, no broken bones.
An early case of pneumonia, no broken bones.
She
The
took
whole
that
the house
girl's
just took a
blood.
blood sample. Okay, this is Disney back in the day.
Pat?
Man, I remember when I thought the CGI was like on point.
But what else?
She does. She like throws a hissy fit and locks them in.
Cleans itself.
Look for Smart House, like fit or Smart House angry.
Where'd it go? Where all smart house spills go. Straight into Pat's floor absorbers.
I could definitely get
Does
used
that
to
include
this.
blood?
Yes, it does. Actually,
Don't get a Smart House, y'all. It's bad.
I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't.
Did Rosie from the Jetsons ever throw a fit? I need more examples.
Okay. All right. All right.
All right, so hold on. I'm not done with this yet. The military has contracts with our smart devices. They're not even hiding it anymore. Smiles, man. Speaking of Disney, Tiff, have you seen the trailer for Cruella? No, I stopped liking Disney, honestly, when they started switching to making the villains. This was years ago. Switching to making the villains the desirable ones. Like, I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are we teaching our kids to, like, idolize the villains? That's no good. All right, hold on. I got to read comments real quick. People are freaking nuts for having those devices, right? Yeah, Alexa and all those things are creepy AF. Yep, VF sounds like yet another reason not to go to New York City. Yep. Need to accept jobs or lose unemployment. Yeah, duh. Too, when you accept a job, you lose unemployment. Yeah, right. I think someone messed up at the CERN collider, opened a portal to another dimension, and we're living in it. Rob, LOL.
Yeah.
Kind of funny because maybe it's true. I don't know. It's
Kelly
lovely.
says, let's see, California is lovely, beautiful state, but it's full of Californians. And Vilified Freedom, he says, Kelly, exactly.
Right.
As long as
right.
I can still get my cookie delivered. Oh, man.
Sounds like that walk-in healthcare thing I keep getting ads for. Right. Organs rated at 10 for transplant availability. Oh. Yeah, Rosie did a few times, actually. Yeah, I believe it. It's so freaking satanic dark, really.
Well,
The Cruella.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I bet it is.
The colors of the Satanic Church are red, white, and black, and that's her colors, black, white, and red. Yeah. Just saying.
Cruella de
It
Vil.
is-
And devil. It says, devil.
Well, right, DeVille is devil,
Yeah.
so whatever.
Anyway.
All right, so I know, man, tinfoil hat, I can't help it, dude. I didn't do this. They did this. I didn't do this.
Just reading the headlines, YouTube.
Mind control warning, as smartphone apps will be used to shape world views, say
Will
experts.
be?
Now, this is a Daily Star, okay? Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, so that doesn't mean nothing, but I don't know, man. I've seen plenty of stuff come through the Daily Star be a real thing, all right? The therapists have issued a chilling warning over the potential for harmless-looking smartphone apps to perform mind control and suddenly shape our worldviews. Okay.
As if this isn't already happening.
As if this hasn't been happening for the last 5 years. People are being hooked on smartphone apps that can change our personalities and perform mind control, experts have told the Daily Star. It's so true, especially with people who run like YouTube channels and stuff like that. They if you want to be on here, you're going to have to self-censor. You got to figure out a way to be in our house. You want to be in our house, you got to play by our rules. You know what I mean? And same thing for like TikTok creators.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And there's no telling what kind of backdoor entities might offer them money to promote a certain thing, like abortion or something like that, to make it more popular.
Or before everything went to crap, who hasn't seen, a couple out at a restaurant trying to entertain their kid? Here's a phone. Here's a phone. Kids love those things. And so can you imagine if they grow up on these apps? I mean, some people, the apps and the TV are raising them more than the parents. So
Dragon Slayer says birth rates have reduced to a point where it is considered a crisis, and you better believe it. And that is being kept quiet because
California for the first time ever.
Another thing with the TikTok influencers and how some seedy people might be paying them to promote things like abortion or not to get married or to just love yourself, do what makes you happy, do you. You only live once. All of these are lies, man.
Right.
Do us what thou wilt will be the whole law. That's the first words in the Satanic Bible, dude. And then number 2, what else? I'm sorry. If I'm saying too much truth, they're going to cut me.
We were watching Canary Cry earlier, and they were showing, like, these girls, like, shout your abortion.
Shout out to Gons and Basil over on the Canary Cry Radio. If you don't know Canary Cry Radio or Face Like the Sun YouTube, I highly suggest you. I wish I had a link.
They're
for
like
them.
us, except smarter, and they do more
way better at
research. Yeah,
this.
they're way better. They got a team, or I don't know, just better.
Yeah, Gons has made like movies.
Yeah.
Like 2-hour-long pieces of like
But-
Age of Deceit. Just YouTube Age of Deceit. There's 3 of them. They're like 2 hours long.
All these videos of like girls like really excited about their abortions. Like when he texts you and says, "Have a good abortion."
Terrible.
That's not sweet.
No. And then there's this other girl with like, I think she had black hair with red tips, and she had a Satanic Baphomet shirt on, and on her caption it said, "At the abortion clinic, God's gonna adopt this one."
Yeah,
Or
God's
something
adopting
like that.
it.
And some of the jokes that the hosts, we saw all this on the Steven
Right.
Crowder show.
Oh, that was it. I'm sorry.
We saw it on Steven Crowder. He does a live show over on the Steven Crowder channel. Here I am, plug. And that's where we saw this morning, and just some of the disgusting stuff that's being pushed out there right now. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I'm not against what you want to do. You know what I mean? I support what people want to do if that's what you truly think is the best thing for you. So I'm not gonna go against you, but at the same time, I'm going to call it like it is and speak the truth, but that doesn't mean that I'm not, I'm going to have to deal with the backlash from that. Because people want their ears tickled. Ooh, Landon, that's a little harsh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, I just said, I don't care what you go do. You know what I mean? Because that's your free will. That's your choice. You're going to have to pay for, not me. All I can do is say it like it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that,
GKT says, "I like Face Like the Sun, but the Google Eye guys."
Basil, Basil.
I thought the Google Eyes themselves. It's not for everybody, but man, I love it. They do a really good job. Do as you will, it shall be the whole of the law. Love is law. Love under will. Yeah.
Jack Attack nailed that, man.
Mm-hmm. There's been a Facebook page in Canada with over 20,000 women talking about having issues with the prick. We don't need... Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
When I was doing research for my video on Australia gun control myths, I noticed suicide trends started going up since the advent of social media. You better believe it. People started to attach their self-worth to likes and follows. And, you see these poor girls just breaking down because maybe they've lost out on clout and they're not as popular now.
Right.
And they're not getting the likes or they're not getting the follows. So they start to show more skin or be more scanty.
Or if you're in a situation where you could help somebody, record rather than go and be a part of it so that you can show everybody,
Right.
And...
Yeah. It's not helping society, guys. So the mind control thing, that's a whole rabbit hole that we could talk about for a while. But moving on, into the same vein, the psychedelic revolution is coming. Okay, psychiatry may never be the same. It's been a long, strange trip in the 4 decades
No pun intended.
since Rick Doblin, a pioneering psychedelics researcher dropped his first hit of acid in college and decided to dedicate his life to the healing powers of mind-altering compounds. Even as anti-drug campaigns led to the decriminalization of ecstasy, LSD, and magic mushrooms and drove most researchers from the field, Dr. Doblin continued his quixotic crusade with financial help from his parents.
Quaaludes like quay.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Dr. Doblin's quest to win mainstream acceptance of psychedelics took a significant leap forward on Monday when the journal Nature Medicine published the results of his lab studies on MDMA. That's the street name, ecstasy. The club drug popularity known as ecstasy and Molly. The study, the first phase 3 clinical trial conducted with psychedelic-assisted therapy, found that MDMA paired with counseling brought marked relief to patients with severe post-traumatic stress disorder. And bye-bye to your kidneys, because that stuff tears up kidneys.
It's just interesting because the result coming weeks after a New England Journal of Medicine study that highlighted the benefits of treating depression with psilocybin. Psilocybin, sorry.
The psychoactive ingredient in magic mushrooms have excited scientists, psychotherapists, and entrepreneurs in the rapidly expanding field of psychedelic medicine. They say it is only a matter of time before the Food and Drug Administration grants approval for psychoactive compounds to be used therapeutically for MDMA as soon as 2023. I'm sorry, I'm starting to read a little weirder because I'm thinking it's starting to click in my head. I'm like, oh crap, you're gonna have people with struggling with thoughts of
reality,
different things, and then they're gonna also have prescribed. You know what? So I don't know, man.
I was gonna make a comment of like, whoa, this dude should have been like, I don't know. He not only was a drug user, but then he convinced his parents to financially support him being a drug user. And of course, so on one hand of it, yes, of course, like naturally growing stuff, I'm sure there's a place for it. But then on the other hand, like, oh man, think about how crazy people get now. Do you want those same crazy people on psychedelics?
Oh, I'm sorry about knocking the mic stand.
For you, Crowley's maximum do is that well.
It's like a weird. It's like a weird cult thing. Everybody wants the Pfizer because it's the hot shot.
Yep.
Moderna is seen as second best. J&J is apparently the one for homeless and losers.
Right.
Okay. No. This isn't Cyberpunk 2077. We're not going to act like different upgrades are for, No. We're not going to start classifying these different. No.
Right.
They're all. Let me find a bucket of mud. And do you want to put that in your vein? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Nope,
So they're
good.
all Pfizer, Moderna, J&J, in my opinion. It's all so.
Ninja Tanuki, I miss the early internet days too. Based.
The early internet
phrase
days.
is frequently misunderstood. It's
After decades of demonization and criminalization, psychedelic drugs are on the cusp of entering mainstream psychiatry with profound implications for a field that in recent decades has seen few pharmacological
advancements.
Sorry guys, for the treatment of mental disorders and addiction. The need for new therapeutics has gained greater urgency amid a national epidemic of opioid abuse and suicides. Some days I wake up and can't believe how far we've come, said Dr. Doblin, 67, who now oversees the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies. Whoa, excuse me, Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies. That doesn't sound like the most terrifying office you ever heard of. I wouldn't want nothing to do with that. I'm afraid this dude might inject me with something and start experimenting with psychedelics on me or something.
That employs 130 neuroscientists, pharmacologists, pharmacologists, I hate words, and regulatory specialists working to lay the groundwork for the coming psychedelics revolution. No more revolutions.
Yeah, man.
I don't want any more. Mortal de revolution.
Anyway, there's that, guys. If you want to read more on that, it's on, what does that say? DNYUZ, whatever that is. I don't know what this is.
You know what I'm seeing, though? I'm sorry, this is just a sidebar, because the chat is still talking about do as does thou wilt. I am seeing, as a whole, a lot of people, like a lot of atheists that are the good, you know what I mean? Like, so you've got atheists that virtue signal, like, hey, I'm better than your Christian friends. As in, like, your atheists will be there. You need a cup of soup? Sure, let me bring you a cup of soup. You know, you need, they'll just be the best friend you ever had. And then, but then they'll be like, hey, I'm atheist. You know, you can be atheist and a good person. And then you're seeing more and more Christians who are becoming pricks because, like they're just so fed up with it, I guess. I don't know. It's just weird to see that. So, all right. Anyway, we can continue.
Corn is the latest commodity to soar. Prices have risen roughly 50% in 2021, and a bushel costs more than twice what it did a year ago. Okay, I wanted to talk about corn. I got some buddies that plant corn and whatnot, so it's, a thing for me.
Did you know I can't buy corn?
I wonder if it'll be knee-high by July.
I can't buy corn at the store like I used to. They'd have a big old box of it, and you could just grab as many ears as you want, still in the husk and everything.
Right.
And, you need 10, you need 12, you need 30, whatever, grab what you need. Now they come prepackaged in 4 if you want them fresh. They're pre-husked.
And they tell you how many.
And they'll tell you how many you can get 4. And if you want more than that, you get 2. And if you want less than that, you get 4 and you save the rest. So it's, I don't know, it's just weird because there have been times that I've gone and I wanted 6 ears of corn. There's 4 of us and I'm fat. So I'm just saying, sometimes, well, just for funny. Sometimes it's just like, I don't like being told how many corns I can have.
No, that's another thing.
And the sizes of them are different,
well,
too.
that's the thing why I don't get on board with any of those meal crates or whatever is, I don't want to become dependent on my food coming from a company where I don't pick it, I don't do it, I just trust them to pick it. But what you're going to see is the more that jump on with that, they're going to have to lessen their quality. They can't look at everybody's food. Yep. And some folks are going to get some terrible stuff. And if they were planning on their meals to be from that.
That's true. Kelly says, when corn goes up in price, meat will soon follow. Don't forget, critters eat corn as feed. That's absolutely right, Kelly.
100%. America's biggest cash crop has rarely been more expensive. Corn prices have risen roughly 50% in 2021. Okay, so let's see here. With corn climbing toward a record, Americans can expect to pay more for all sorts of items at the grocery store as well as at the gasoline pump. Corn is a key ingredient in making products ranging from tortilla chips, chicken wings, to bourbon and Coca-Cola. About 40% of the U.S. crop is blended into motor fuel.
Right.
Yep, that's ethanol, I believe. I could be wrong about that. Analysts say high corn prices are lifting makers of fertilizer and farm equipment while helping consumer products and food companies justify their own price increases. And I've got a friend of mine who is, he's adamant that there is at least an extremely heavy recession on its way.
Right.
And it's about to hit us like a freight truck.
I know
but
it.
he is dead set on calling it a depression. He said it's going to be the second greatest depression you ever saw.
I believe it.
And he's not a very smart man, but he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
You know what
Destiny I mean? Gal, farmers market's the answer. Absolutely.
What I mean to say is he's not educated, like super college educated, but he's extremely wise.
Man, I don't know. I just have my own thoughts, I guess. Crowley's Cake of Light is where spirit cooking comes from. Watchman for you, yeah, man. That we could go on a whole store about Crowley, or a whole episode. Maybe we will on a. I don't know. I don't like talking about that dude too much.
Brothers and sisters in Christ, brofish.
Yes. Let's talk about Jesus.
Yeah.
We get free sweet corn in the summer from Farmer Friends TP. Man, that is
That's
about
awesome.
to be never more valuable than it is right now. That is awesome.
Analysts say high corn prices are lifting. I already read all that. Sorry, guys. Bushels for delivery this month ended Monday, 748, down 32% from Friday when futures hit their highest level since 2012. Okay, so we're looking at like 2010, the end of the last recessions.
Yep.
So I hate, that's the only reason we say prepare.
Yep.
You want to be prepared so that, a hardcore recession doesn't hit you like a freight truck,
Boy, all those farmers that were able to hang in there, though, because for decades now, it's been a hard life for farmers. You don't always get between overrain, droughts, you don't always get the market value. And so, I don't know, just for the farmers that were able to hang in there, I hope that they get a payday from this because they need it. You know what I mean? That's the only silver lining to all of this. It sucks. It really sucks. But some of those farmers that are still independently owned, that have been on that land for generations, need this, so.
Okay. So,
have y'all watched Ice Age Farmer? No, but that sounds amazing. He's way into the food production issues in the USA. I'm going to have to look that up, Kelly. What's up, Landon?
with a name like Ice Age Farmer,
Right.
He sounds like...
Landon, always, that's awesome. Yes, indeed. Pledge
Dude.
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
I love that and 100% agree. Ninja Tanuki, ethanol doesn't even need to be in fuel.
Yeah. Right. With liberty and justice.
Landonia. Boom. Brofish, dude. Good to see you, man.
Landonia.
James says, hello from Discovery Bay. I'm sorry. Did you read that already? All right. So
No, but that's
we have
awesome.
another article here. If I can just get this headline, the World Health Organization classifies triple mutant Wuhan Wiggle variant from India as global health risk. So
This feels like a blast from the past.
So wait, triple mutant. So 3 different mutants, or is that because when we're talking about mutants, does that
Right.
mean that it's one thing that has 3 things on it?
It's a
No, I'm just joking. I'm just trying to be dumb.
Wuhan mutant Ninja Turtle.
This is the key points here. The WHO official said Monday it is reclassifying the highly contagious triple mutant Wuhan Wiggle variant spreading in India as a variant of concern at the global level, because it's going to be India's they're going to call it
I don't know if y'all have seen the headlines from India have been insane.
Yeah, they have been.
Deaths. There was one very high, a guy that was well known, and he was tweeting as he was dying. My oxygen levels are at 40. They wouldn't let him into the hospital. There was no room, so he died at home. And so finally, his family put the last tweet. He's gone. When can we get help? The death rate in India is just the media. It's insane. According to the media. And so the fact that we've been seeing those headlines for the past few weeks, and then for them to come out and say this, makes me feel like, hey, watch, because this is kind of how it started the first time around.
Right.
We heard about COVID, affecting China, and, the WHO was concerned, everybody's concerned, but then everybody, I don't think we have to worry. Surely if Ebola wasn't an issue, this isn't an issue. And then poof. Overnight, it was
Disappeared.
a huge deal. Well, no, but last year, overnight, it was a huge deal, and then we were on lockdown. So I'm just saying, watch this, because you know what I mean. It may start out as nothing right now, but here in a couple of months, we could really see something. Sorry.
Preliminary studies show the variant, this new triple mutant, can spread more easily than the original, and that there is some evidence it may able to evade the roll up your sleever. Yeah, prick.
I'm gonna use prick from now on.
Friggin' prick. All right.
It may be able to evade the frickin' prick.
You want to change gears from the World Health Organization?
That's the key
That's the
points
key
of
points.
it, guys. Just be advised. The prick don't help with this one.
There is a triple mutant variant out there. That's what this is
Why
about.
are they saying it may be able to evade pricks? But here's
They
the
already the one
Right,
that
I'm
we
like,
know is already
able to evade it.
That's right. I don't know. So I put my trust and faith in up above.
Amen.
And I praise Jesus. Let's see.
Yeah, Jack Attack. Remember when they tried to push the UK variant and the South African variant? Yep.
Switching gears a little bit to the Jerusalem Post, looking at Israel. attempted lynching of Israel driver in Jerusalem, riots near Temple Mount. A lone police officer arrived at the scene moments after the car swerved off the road and fired warning shots into the air to disperse the mob. Let's see.
Hey, kudos to that police officer.
Also, graphic warning.
It's this car right here, this little hatchback, as you can now tell. Ooh.
I said graphic warning.
Ooh, that guy really got hit.
And then he got high-sided.
Nah, he's over here on the sidewalk. People are trying to...
Well, I mean, the car is
Yeah.
high-sided right now. Looks like the car's full of folks. Looks like those were the shots when he leaned out. That looks like a gun. Nope, there's the cop.
Yeah,
shooting off.
one
gun.
shot. A lone officer, one shot. Hey, you know what?
Well, all you really need to do in the midst of it, firing that shot in the air like that,
Right.
What it really did was let them know, like, because it sounds like someone's shooting.
Right.
And so everybody that isn't able to see exactly what
don't
or
know who
where,
or what.
they just know that this officer is now
Right.
nailing folks, or
Yeah.
at least that's what they think.
Right.
And it worked.
Hey, but kudos to this officer. He was alone and went into that mob to try to help these folks, okay?
Yeah, man.
That's the officers that I grew up
That's
in.
the boldness that we need in men across the globe.
Right.
That's the bravery.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now, I don't know the rest of the
yeah,
situation.
right. I'm not getting into all of it.
Right.
You know, I don't know why this dude's doing what he's doing. Let's see. Israeli police said that the stone throwers attacked the car that was traveling on Jericho Road, and that as a result, the driver lost control of his vehicle and veered off the road. Why are these people protesting?
An injured Jewish driver lost control of his car and swerved onto a sidewalk after he was pelt with rocks by Arab rioters during a violent protest outside of the walls of Jerusalem, Old City, on Monday morning. Okay, so it was in Jerusalem, but
After the car stopped, more stone throwers approached. Okay, but why stone throwers?
well, because it's in Jerusalem, though, but like
It's probably a Palestine-Israel thing.
well, yeah,
Opening the doors in an attempt to attack the driver and another male passenger. Total abandonment of part of the city by security forces. Let's see here.
right.
And
Kelly
this-
says they ain't defunding the popo in Israel. Yep.
No, that's right. Yeah, several Palestinian youths were injured when the driver lost control of his vehicle.
MH88 CBD kills the virus too.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Michael Mam says, my friends, please be prepping for what is coming. This nation and the world is in for really bad times. Amen. But if you're able to prep, that is a great idea. But if you can't,
Give it to God and he'll do it.
don't
He's gonna help you
fear.
out.
Yep. Because the Lord tells us not to worry about food and water, but to worry about, finding him.
Yeah,
So
that's right. Susan, what's up? Good. I didn't see you come in here. Michael Mann, hey, I'm glad you're here, Michael Mann. Let's see. Watchman for You. I saw that as well.
Yeah, Smiles, we have another one about Israel with the rockets. In fact, I think that's our next one. Nope, it's the one after that. Yeah.
Okay.
Israel-
Israel strikes Gaza. Hamas fires rockets after hundreds of Palestinians
Yep.
wounded in clashes. Now, I
Breaking
don't know
news
if this is
overnight
exactly.
in Israel, police are bracing for more protests and clashes with Palestinians today after a night of violence in East Jerusalem that left more than 200 people injured, and it comes after weeks of unrest. This morning, the State Department called on both sides to stop the violence. Imtiaz Tayyab is in our London newsroom with the
U.S. State Department.
very latest. Imtiaz, good morning.
Dana, everyone, good morning. Well, tensions are at a fever pitch in East Jerusalem after protests over the possible evictions of Palestinian families from their homes spilled over into the Al-Aqsa Mosque complex, one of Islam's holiest sites. Now, Israeli police can be seen firing rubber-coated steel bullets and stun grenades at rock-throwing Palestinians. But it was this moment when worshippers offering evening prayers on the last Friday of the holy month of Ramadan were caught up in the violence that has sparked the most outrage. Hundreds hundreds can be seen fleeing for safety when thick plumes of tear gas flooded the prayer hall. Now, the intense protests have been going on for weeks now. Most of it centered in the East Jerusalem neighborhood of Sheikh Jarrah, where a number of Palestinian families are facing evictions from homes they've lived in since the 1950s by a group of Jewish settlers who claim the land as their own. Now, the State Department has said it was deeply concerned about the situation and has appealed for calm. But calm is unlikely. On Monday, Israel's Supreme Court will hold a hearing on the Sheikh Jarrah evictions, leaving many in the Holy City bracing themselves for even more violence. Michelle.
Not good to hear. Imtiaz, thank you.
Wow. So, all right, that wasn't about necessarily there have been there was a strike. Okay, a barrage of missiles. Right. All right, on top of all this other protest. Right. So just a side of a war zone.
You know what's funny? Sagan one. I don't know if you're like trolling or being for real, but the sky is falling. Make sure you wear 4 masks while filling your car before there is no more gas at all. Right. But right. Because on one hand, that's funny. It's like, come on, guys. But on the other hand, it's like, yo, in Israel, there's rockets. So the sky is falling.
It's hilarious.
And then 4 masks. Well, that's only 2 masks away from what Fauci wants you to wear. And then while filling up your car before there's no gas because the gas lines were hit. So, I mean, like, it's funny because it's partially true.
It is partially true. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know, man. This is a lot bigger. There are people who are much better at covering what's going on in the Middle East, but I'd bring this to you guys.
Who was the guy that we were watching earlier that said he was probably going to be going live all
Let's see
day?
if we can do a room raid
That
real
would
quick.
be awesome.
I don't know if
Y'all down for a room raid?
I don't know if this guy is still live. He's
one in the chat if you want to do a room raid real quick.
Probably not live anymore, but
he said he was going to be doing all day, I thought.
Well, he did. There he is. Let's see here. All right. JW Survival, this guy. If you're interested in this guy covers it.
4 hours ago.
Well, I mean, he was.
Yeah.
I don't know about it.
Well, y'all go check out JW Survival. He's one we did a room raid on a little while back, a couple weeks ago or so.
And he's actually like going into what it means about, further about what it means. I'm sorry, I'm a dummy. I'm not sure. All that looks like to me is wars and rumors of wars. You know what I mean? That's all that can come from that. And
because realistically, the way that
and even still, it's not time. So really, it just I think I'm gonna be praying for the nation and the nation's affected and the people who don't have really anything to do with this,
right?
And they're just dealing with all these other people that have bigger equipment and bigger,
right?
You know.
Yeah, JW. That's that is exactly who we were talking about, Rob. Yep. So if he goes on later, I don't know. For those of you who rated with us,
and for some reason they're not showing me.
That's he's Rob said he's off now, so that's fine. That's fine. But people are down for a room raid, so maybe at the end, since he's not live right now.
Well, I mean, does anybody know of a good channel they'd like to shout out?
Yeah, anybody know of somebody that's on right now?
Anybody that could use a boost in their,
Hit live. Let's see. Ooh, well, we could. Well, they wouldn't notice.
Right. Let's see. I mean, not that it's a. Oh, hey.
Oh yeah, the Michigan hearing is also going on today, right now. That's a big one.
Yeah, the Michigan, and then there's also the. You almost can't mention that stuff without. If you do mention it,
right?
It like
what
gets you.
What is this?
Banned.
Johnny D and Miss Ellen. What are they?
Dude, yeah. Let's room raid. You want to?
Yeah.
Are our folks down?
I have no clue what he's doing, but we're gonna go spread some love and possibility. Love and possibility. Love and positivity.
Positivity. You got it, baby.
Vowels suck. So do words.
Vowels don't suck. All right.
Taco Josh Gaming is live. Yeah, I'm about it. I love it.
All right.
All right. Are we ready?
Let's go smash the like button over here and give this guy a happy Monday and just say, hey, much love.
Much love.
Spread the love. That's what I'm doing. I smashed that like over here. Room Raiders. Who's going to be the first one? Room Raiders, mount up.
Oh, there it is. All right, so we're going to say... What is today? Happy Monday?
Happy Monday. This is a family channel with lots of support and participation from moderators. Become a channel member and let's see. Only playlists. I have no idea.
What's up, Savage?
Happy Monday and God bless, yeah.
Susan!
Yay. So, Mrs. Unspecified was first. American B. Savage was second. Susan was third. Smiles was fourth.
Watchmen. He's not gonna...
Like before you go, yeah. Thank you guys for spreading the love and the positivity. Thank you so much for that. Saw a clip earlier of Biden literally calling for New World Order from a few years back. Yeah, I have that clip, I think. I think that's yeah. Well, thank you guys. Everybody that participated in our little room raid, man. Well, that's cool.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad we could do that. That's
all right.
Fun. That's fun.
It is. It's the best. Okay.
All right, and then we have Taco Josh.
Taco Josh. You know who we haven't seen in a while? Taco Bell.
Taco Bell and Baja Blast?
Yeah.
Blaha.
Blah.
All right. We don't have to if we don't have a lot of room raiders.
Yeah, I don't think we have too many Rude Raiders, but that's okay. Rude Raiders,
Yeah.
LOL.
And to be honest with you, it'll be the third link in our description. That's to our other channel where we very well may be live later on.
Yeah,
might not. So, but throwing that out there, if you want to go subscribe over there, only one subscriber away from 810.
Right.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Moving ever closer to the 1,000 mark.
Hey, while we're on it, could I talk about Steph? Real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Aunt Steph is not doing well. She for those of you who are on our Aunt Stephanie, we share her Sunday morning messages on Sundays. She was, well, they were trying to move her to ICU yesterday, but they didn't have a bed open, and her lungs are doing really, really bad. So, just if you could please continue to pray for her.
I wish we had some kind of link that if you
Right.
could donate, you could help donate.
Or if you just
But
want
the best way that I know that you could spread support is to maybe go like one of her Sunday school videos,
right, or
comment
and just tell her you hope
fill
she
her
feels
comment
better.
section anywhere you can on her
Yep.
page. That there's love out there,
Yep.
and,
And that you're praying
Jesus is
for her.
gonna heal her 100%.
Yep.
And that that's hey,
No, Rob, you seen where POTUS said "we the people" actually means the government?
No, yeah, sorry, it's not. Anyway,
Well,
yeah,
back to
yeah. So we just want to send some kind of positivity to Aunt Steph and to lift her spirits while she's in the hospital trying to get better. They were supposed to move her to ICU. They didn't have a bed. That might be a blessing. I don't know. So if you guys could lift her up in prayer for anybody that any of my prayer warriors out there, it would
Watchmen, she's got COVID.
That's right.
Yep. So
Yep.
she's been in the hospital for about a week now.
About a week now, and she's really going through it. So
Yeah.
if you guys could pray for her, it would just mean the world. It would be a huge favor for me. So
Yeah.
guys, go over there. If you can comment, tell her that she's loved and that she's gonna be healed. and everything's gonna be fine.
Back, love that guy's music. Susan, I know he was doing awesome, wasn't he? Thank you, Destiny. Thank you. MH, thank you. Thank you, guys. Y'all, that means a lot to us. And to her, I know. All right, so Israel was
calls
just attacked.
on Biden administration to stay out of the Jerusalem crisis. Okay.
But I wonder, do they feel the same way now after said attack?
After the attack, yeah, I don't know. This is the first major crisis between Israel and Palestinians that the Biden administration has had to deal with. Despite their resistance to many U.S. roles in the crisis, the Israelis took the steps requested by the U.S. to de-escalate the situation. After 4 years of close to no criticism by the T-Man administration for its actions in the West Bank and Jerusalem, the Israeli government is now faced with the U.S. government that is much more critical. Oh boy. At least 215 Palestinians were injured during clashes with Israel police on Monday, and not to mention them being attacked with the missiles.
Right.
Whatever those were.
At the
President Biden has thus far viewed the Israeli-Palestinian conflict as a very low priority in comparison to other foreign policy issues, which foreign policy shouldn't be our major issues, guys.
Right, like we got enough issues at home.
But hey,
get your house in order, Biden. Wait, you know what? Don't. What you call in order and what I call in order are different. Just go take a nap. The White House was not interested in spending much political capital or time on the issue and was seeking to avoid a fight with Israel over Palestinian conflict. But the Jerusalem crisis that erupted over the weekend prompted many members of Congress and progressive organizations to weigh in and demand that the White House intervene. Isn't that just like us to see somebody else doing their own thing and be like, you know what, we need to have a say in this? Sorry.
Yeah, that's about how it goes. That's about how it goes. All right, let's switch gears. Out of Israel. Okay, back into the tinfoil hat stuff. Humans to live in connected underground homes with robot servants in 20 years, experts say.
I believe that. I think that that's much more realistic than the flying cars, because we already have all these underground tunnels and stuff, and, it looks like everything's getting hotter.
Right. Whereas somebody would correct you and be like, "Oh, that's all conspiracy theory." No, it's confirmed. There's tunnels.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's tunnels.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
Everyday life will be unrecognizable. I'm sorry to cut you off, baby.
Thank you so much, everybody, for all the support and the prayers. Artificial Loneliness Lab, good to see you.
Dragon Slayer hit the nail on the head.
Bloopy Doopy, what's up? Sorry.
Everyday life will be unrecognizable as robots will look after pets and children and drones, call people in for meals in 20 years, say architectural experts in a new report. Hey, I just saw a thing that was advertised that it's for your kids. It's like this little robot thing where if they wake up in the middle of the night, this robot light will reassure them that everything is okay and help them get back to sleep. And it's interactive in the sense that they can talk to it, and it has, a considerable list of programmed responses. And I put on there, I was like, do we really want robots comforting our babies in the middle of the night? You know what I mean? Like, and somebody commented back and is like, purchase is not required, ma'am. Just skip it. And it's like, right, I know I don't have to buy it, but my kid is going to have to deal with your weird kid that was raised by robots.
Checkmate. Answer that. Connected underground greenhouses to grow food, robots to look after pets and children, and drones to call people in for meals. This is everyday life in 20 years, according to experts. A new report predicts that click and deliver homes, where houses will be designed from the comfort of your sofa and craned onto site, will be a normality. Each family member will also be able to personalize artwork and views from windows using smart glasses, while workers will see video calls replaced with hologram versions of their colleagues sitting next to them. Apart from improvements to home technology and connected living, the report also predicts big changes to food, healthcare, and well-being with the likes of smart home ecosystems and tech-enabled care.
Okay, let's go over this real quick. Go back down, Lovey. Click and deliver homes, where houses will be designed from the comfort of your sofa and craned onto site. That sounds awesome, right? It really does. But then you have to question, like, how well is that home being built? What kind of material is being used? How much how much stress did it go through just being craned into where it's supposed to go? I don't know. Look, Demolition Ranch had a little bit of redeeming factors because he did the Kentucky ballistics video, so he's a little bit redeemed. But I'll tell you one thing, he's building his own house. You know what I mean? Dude knows what's going on in his house. So
that's true. That's true. And I mean, and not everybody gets to build their own home.
No,
I probably won't get to build my own home. Hopefully I'll be able to build a home for my kids.
Right.
But
each family member personalize artwork and views from the window using smart glasses, but then what else is looking in through your smart glasses? You know what I mean?
that's golly. It's looking in through your smart glasses, but also looking at what you look at.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, what is, you know what I mean? If they're
Do you know how
Wi-Fi
much
connected, who else is looking?
Raw, hard data, much less metadata, can be pulled based off of what you're looking at and how long you look at it, and goodness
Well,
gracious.
and then on top of that, like, let's say you had a secret little spot that you have or whatever. These glasses know everything you're looking at, so no secrets. Apart from improvements to home technology and connected living, the report also predicts big changes to food, healthcare, and well-being. That's the other thing. All these hello fresh food to you, home, blah, 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 blah. That's great. It's so awesome, man. That would be so easy if my food ingredients were just at my door. But then again, where are they coming from? And Walmart really isn't any better. You all said it before. Farmers markets are the place to go if you don't know if you can't grow your own food. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'll shut up. I talk a lot today, I tell you.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Kimberly, man, I feel like a fossil too. But this is, there are aspects of this that are cool, right? So this is me telling myself, like, don't fall into this just because there's some benefits or some cozy comforts here and it's easy. Don't fall into it, Tiff, because it's, you know what I mean? It's, what are you really getting? It's really cool to have a little bunker under your house for growing food and stuff like that, but it connects to all three houses. I don't know. I don't know. That part of it's cool, but again,
no, that part is cool. If you had what I mean is, like, if my son and daughter were adults and they could have their own two houses with a breezeway that connects, and a shared greenhouse garden underneath.
Yeah.
Like also kind of a bunker situation, and the plants down there can also low key kind of make oxygen.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's awesome. It would be a highly oxygenated environment.
That's absolutely true.
So just by
tornado
if
shelter.
you hang out and just play music down there with those plants, the frequency and your carbonated breath, and I don't know, that's really cool. That's really cool. Lan, did you get completely off topic, did you get a P.O. box yet? We're working on that. We've got a lot of things that we're working on.
We need a whole new address, guys. Our landlords are selling the house, so we got to find a whole new spot.
There will be a move in the future for us, for sure. Or probably, most likely. Maybe not.
What do you want more? It's all secure. Yeah, it's all security or freedom. Which do you want more? If you're willing to give up your freedom for security,
then you deserve neither.
That's absolutely
it's your
right.
responsibility. You can't give up an inch of it.
Yep.
It's for you to take care of.
Which that tells us, hey, if we want 3 houses, you know what I mean, for us and the kids and an underground thing, fine, do it. But we need to do it, So.
Right. And so if you don't feel like you can handle one of those things,
right,
then you need to give that task to someone you can trust, like a husband or a wife.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But do you trust the government with that task? Can you say you trust the government?
No.
Isn't that weird to say?
Yeah, no, it's weird. Yeah, a little.
It's weird because you feel like you should be able to say one thing. That's that programming. You know what I mean? That's that like, wait, no, I guess, yeah, there's this veil of they're all around us and telling us what to do and regulating, and and they're, I don't know.
So split because I grew up on a military base.
But the people that are in control of this organism is corrupt.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so that's an issue as well. So
Yeah.
Whiskey Pete, get out of the South. What at get up in the North Idaho? It's amazing here, dude. I only have like one or two reasons why I can't, and I don't know, because I've been looking up in like Indiana. I know you probably wouldn't want me to do Indiana, but you know I've had the privilege to go, and I've gone to the Covered Bridge Festival. It's like all across Indiana. It's a huge thing.
But
and
Bridgeton,
I saw so
really?
much of Bridgeton. So much of that state is just cornfields and just wide open hills, and it's the most gorgeous thing I ever saw. Because see, I grew up down here in the flat swamps. Everything's flat,
Yeah.
everything's swamp. If you got a yard, it could probably hold water.
Right.
You know what I mean? At least where I'm at. Anyway, changing gears. I don't know. What do you think about this? I also wanted to look up a question to ask you guys.
Whiskey Pete told us exactly what we need to do. Get out of the South. Get up here in North Idaho. It's amazing. Idaho
That's
is
what I'm
America's
saying.
secret. I'm telling you.
Idaho is America's secret.
Secret's out, though.
The secret's out.
We all know.
But
Paul Arnold or
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul let it leak with his home tour.
yeah, he's got this mansion that has all the feels in every room
Oh,
of
that
an
landscape.
extremely luxurious cabin. It's on YouTube. There's a walkthrough of Aaron Paul's cabin, but that's neither here nor there.
Sukma Dank, yep. 2 words for you. Georgia Guidestones. Y'all, if you don't know what those are, no, we've talked about them several times before, but if you don't know what they are, make yourself familiar.
Yeah, the Georgia Guidestones. We've run through that before. About 300 to 500 plants needed for 1 human per day.
Wait, what?
That's a huge garden. 300 to 500 plants needed for 1 human per day.
I don't understand.
Are you talking about the oxygenation?
Okay. I'm like, I don't
Or are
really
you talking
eat that
about?
much.
Are you talking about eating? Don't go to Idaho. It's a trap. Well, you might mean in the same way that Mississippi is a trap, because they refer a lot. I grew up in Mississippi now. In between, half and half. My dad lives in Mississippi, and my mom in Louisiana. What's wrong?
I don't want it to be a trap.
Well, they mean a trap as in it's cheap to move in, but it's impossible to earn enough money to get out.
Yeah.
That's the only. I think that's what they mean. Southern Ohio is God's country. Stone throw from West Virginia or Kentucky or Indiana. It's the place to be, in my opinion.
Yes.
Vilified freedom, dude.
That is
yes,
kind of
that's not a bad
centralized.
idea.
Not at all.
He says, "I'll never leave. Idaho is not as feasible now as it once was." Really? Well, with folks like celebrities like Aaron Paul, and
right.
you know, moving there
Yeah.
and. Oxygen. Okay.
Yeah, oxygen,
well,
okay.
then never mind. It wouldn't be an extremely oxygenated environment. You'd suck all that oxygen up so quick.
Scott just moved from Washington State to Texas. Awesome, man. Awesome. How you like it so far, Scott? What do you think?
But to leave the Cascades.
Well, it's Washington State is so
Really,
weird.
he's
It's
leaving
like,
the politics. At some point, the Cascades are not as good as the politics.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? You know, and the same goes for California, because California is awesome, except, like Kelly said, is full of Californians. So,
right. Well, hey, Texas is about to be California 2.0. In my opinion, now there's enough good, thick-blooded Americans left in Texas and they are strong. I really think that they can hold their own. But if they don't watch out, you know what I mean?
Dang,
all that
boy,
flight,
she's thick.
all that flight from California is gonna poison your water.
Yeah, that's true.
Somebody's poisoned the water hole.
No, that's true. All right, changing gears. The Pentagon inches toward letting AI control weapons.
We all knew this was coming.
Guys, any of my brethren or sisterin from the 90s that watched the Terminator or the 80s, you know what I mean? They've been telling us this has been predictively programmed slow drip. They put it in popular culture so that it wouldn't take you like a thief and hit you like a freight truck when the stuff starts to roll out. They normalize it in movies and TV, and then Skynet's gonna happen.
Well, look at Mandalorian. That one robot was the only reason Mando got out of that one gunfight there in the beginning.
Sorry, I just...
Yeah, Susan was over at Johnny singing.
Thank you so much for your prayers. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Is he singing over there?
Oh, yeah, he's awesome.
That's awesome.
He's awesome.
Trying to move to the sticks and make waves. Yes, independent mini.
Anywhere that has underground caverns would be the place to be. Ultimate goal here for them is asteroids, guys. We need to think more underground escape plan. Smalls, you know, I don't, but like there have been a lot of asteroid articles and a lot of asteroid news. I've been thinking about that lately, or just in the sense of like, man, they really are pushing folks underground, aren't they? I don't know. I agree. And in the Bible it says,
hey, look, with the Pentagon inching towards letting AI control weapons, maybe I'm inching towards going underground. It sounded more and more like a good idea now.
Doesn't the Bible say something about the mountains or the fleets?
We'll crush on top of them.
Yeah,
they'll run and they'll go hide under the mountain or hide under a rock, and
okay.
It won't work.
I thought it was something else. All right, August.
If you're referring to Revelations,
yeah,
that's what it tells. Like when you're talking about the mountains,
it was something flee to maybe the woods.
Are you talking about come out of her, my people?
Yeah, but I don't. We'll look it up.
Be not partakers of her plagues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I know that one.
Of her sins and plagues. Dozen military drones and tank-like robots look to the skies and roads 40 miles south of Seattle. Their mission: find terrorists suspected of hiding among several buildings. What? Okay, sorry, that just really shook me.
Can you imagine dozens of drones coming after? Well, we've seen it in movies. So many robots were involved in the operation that no human operator could keep a close eye on all of them. So they were given instructions to find and eliminate enemy combatants when necessary.
In Seattle? When did this happen?
What? Wait.
Yeah. Okay. Last August, several dozen military drones and tank-like robots took to the skies and roads 40 miles south of Seattle. Their mission: to find terrorists suspected of hiding among several buildings. So many robots were involved in the operation that no human operator could keep a close eye on all of them. So they were given instructions to find and eliminate enemy combatants when necessary. The mission was just an exercise. Okay, you could have let off with that. Organized by the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, otherwise known as DARPA, or DERPA, DERP, Blue Sky Research Division of the Pentagon, the robots were armed with nothing more lethal than radio transmitters that could drop you, probably. Designed to simulate interactions with both friendly and enemy robots. Sure. Okay. The drill was one of several conducted last summer to test how artificial intelligence could help expand the use of automation in military systems. They're going to clean up war. They're going to stop using folks. Okay?
So were they doing this when the streets were on fire? Is that what they were doing?
No, maybe.
Last summer.
I was watching Seattle like a hawk. I'm telling you.
It was 40 miles south.
Look, anybody that was following, if you guys want to see any of our stuff from the last year, pretty much all of it is archived over on our Facebook page. That's where all the videos are. Yeah. If you want to see any of our stuff.
Miles says Pentagon just built a laser to take down thousands of drones at once. Just released info on it not long ago.
Including in scenarios that are too complex and fast-moving for humans to make every critical decision. The demonstrations also reflect a subtle shift in the Pentagon's thinking about autonomous weapons, as it becomes clearer that machines can outperform humans at parsing complex situations or operating at high speed. General John Murray of the U.S. Army Futures Command told an audience at the U.S. Military Academy last month that swarms of robots will force military planners, policymakers, and society to think about whether a person should make every decision about using lethal force in new autonomous systems. Guys, a good rewatch. Go watch the remake of RoboCop. It's a good rewatch.
Oh,
Hold on.
See.
Go watch. You remember Universal Soldier? Look, there are so many old sci-fi movies that predicted all this crap, guys.
I get it. Okay, so they're gonna disarm humans because we're untrustworthy, and robots will be allowed to be
But we're
armed.
also racist and biased, and right.
Well, but so are robots.
Well, they're going to make it a police thing too, because I'm telling. Look, that's what they want. That doesn't mean that this is going to happen. They're trying to normalize it in pop culture, media, news, and they're pushing it out there. And unless there's a pushback, okay.
There's already a pushback. The left has already called AI racist. So.
Boom. AI
Algorithms are racist.
Murray, that would be General John Murray, asked, is it within a human's ability to pick out which ones have to be engaged and then make 100 individual decisions? Is it even necessary to have a human in the loop?
Oh, no.
That would be General John Murray of the U.S. Army Futures Command saying, is it even necessary to have a human in the loop of making the decision of whether or not to fire on a group of enemy
You
or
know
whatnot?
what movie this is? Screamers.
This is plenty. This is plenty
remember
different movies.
You showed me that movie with...
Well, actually, John, a buddy of ours.
Oh, that's right, JC.
Other comments from military commanders suggest interest in giving autonomous weapons systems more agency. At a conference on AI in the Air Force last week, Michael Cannon, Director of Operations for the Air Force Artificial Intelligence Accelerator at MIT and a leading voice on AI within the U.S. military, said thinking is evolving. He says AI should perform more identifying and distinguishing potential targets while humans make high-level decisions. I think that's where we're going. So have you ever heard of StarCraft? Okay, or games like StarCraft, or like strategy, where it's like send these troops over here because they'll fight for themselves. It's like a strategy game.
Right, yeah.
The robots are going to be so much better at fighting that we don't need the humans to be involved with the fighting. We just tell the robots where to go.
Right.
Okay, because we're better at seeing the big picture and deciding on where they need to be.
Newer show that came out just a couple years ago. Check that out, guys. The Colony. Will do. Smiles.
At the same event, Lieutenant General Clinton Highnote, Deputy Chief of Staff for Strategy, Integration, and Requirements at the Pentagon, says that whether a person can be removed from the loop of a lethal autonomous system is one of the most interesting debates that is coming and has not been settled yet. All right. A report this month from the National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence, an advisory group created by Congress, recommended, among other things, that the U.S. resist calls for an international ban on the development of autonomous weapons.
Because we were already seeing bills and stuff.
Well, it's because everyone's built too many now.
Right.
The Timothy Chung, the DARPA program manager in charge of the Swarming project, which is a buttload of little drones that can kill, and they move in a swarm. And then they pick out a target and they fly toward its head. And when they get to the head, and so the drone, it would fly like this, like a quadcopter. All right, horizontal, and it would fly toward a target like that.
Right.
And I don't know if you can see me, but it would it has an explosive on the top, and it goes bam. You know what I mean?
Hate that.
And so it would wham.
Right.
You know.
Oh, I hate it.
Anyway,
sorry, that was just, I put myself in this situation.
Says last summer's exercise were designed to explore when a human drone operator should and should not make decisions for the autonomous systems. For example, when faced with attacks on several fronts, human control can sometimes get in the way of a mission because people are unable to react quickly enough. Actually, the systems can do better from not having someone intervene. Of course. I mean, duh. Do you want it's like for people? No, it's for people that play video games. Do you want the machine to auto aim for you and you just pull the trigger, or do you want to aim and pull the trigger? Because if you aim and pull the trigger, both reaction times you're gonna lose.
Well, and then also they don't have to think about is this a kid? Oh, do I want to do this? Second thought, AI is not going to have any of that.
The drones and the wheeled robots, each about the size of a large backpack, were given an overall objective, then taped AI algorithms to devise a plan to achieve it. Some of them surrounded buildings, while others carried out surveillance sweeps. A few were destroyed by simulated explosives. Some identified beacons representing enemy combatants and chose to attack. Whoa. Some identified beacons representing enemy combatants and chose to attack on their own.
Right.
The U.S. and other nations have used autonomy in weapon systems for decades. Some missiles can, for instance, autonomously identify and attack enemies within a given area, but rapid advances in AI algorithms will change how the military uses such systems. I thought that we had anti-missile defense systems that were fully automatic belt-fed chain weapons that they're like buzzsaws. They have a radar scope, and it's like an AI system. It's a little computer gun,
right,
where it sits it'll sit on a destroyer, And basically, when it sees something moving towards the ship at a certain speed or faster,
Right.
it will like radar detect and open fire on that little thing. So it blows up the missile before it hits the ship.
Right. But this sentence makes me freak out. Well, okay. Some identified beacons representing enemy combats and chose to attack.
Yeah.
Okay. The AI, the drone chose to attack, meaning it is making choices. And I know that that's what the article is all about, but like, think about that, guys. Drones are making decisions.
Yeah,
How far is a decision making from sentient?
Rapid advances in AI algorithms will change how the military uses such systems. Off-the-shelf AI code capable of controlling robots and identifying landmarks and targets, often with high reliability, will make it possible to deploy more systems in a wider range of situations. But as the drone demonstrations highlight, more widespread use of AI will sometimes make it more difficult to keep a human in the loop. This might prove problematic because AI technology can harbor biases or behave unpredictably.
Drone, what did you just do? I'm sorry, John. I can't tell you that.
No, yeah.
How's it go?
From like 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Right.
He's like, I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that.
Right, that's it. Sorry.
What does he say? Open
Open
the
the hatch.
Howie, open the pod bay doors.
Right.
I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that. A vision algorithm trained to recognize a particular uniform might mistakenly target someone wearing similar clothing. Chung says the Swarm project presumes that AI algorithms will improve to a point where they can identify enemies with enough reliability to be trusted.
Unless you're a twin, you better make sure your twin is on point and not doing anything shady.
Use of AI in weapons systems can become controversial and has become controversial in recent years. Google faced employee protest and public outcry in 2018 after supplying AI technology to the Air Force through a project known as Maven.
Man, really? Is that a thing? Drone jamming apps.
I want to look into that. To some degree, the project is part of a long history of autonomy in weapon systems, with some missiles already capable of carrying out limited missions independent of human control, but it also shows how recent advances in AI will make autonomy more attractive and inevitable in certain situations. So what they're going to do is create something like you saw in iRobot, a central hub that will control the ICBMs and other major. Right. You're going to have a Rehoboam or something like that. That is like, oh, looks like we're being attacked by China, and the machine itself will just choose to attack. Okay.
Hold on. Sorry, somebody said to look up. Oh, dang it! Can you scroll up just a little in chat? I'm sorry. I'm
look up the
you,
backstory to Horizon Zero Dawn.
That's what I was. That was what. Thank you.
10-4 Dragon Slayer. So sorry, brother. I've got your messages, but I can't pull up my Discord on my computer right now. I need to fix that. I apologize.
Zero Dawn.
All right.
We'll do. We can move on. Scary stuff, guys.
We can move on. We can move on. I was digging into that. I dig into these things.
Oh, we can continue. I'm sorry. I didn't know if you were...
No. Inevitable in certain situations. What's more, it highlights the trust that will be placed in technology that can still behave unpredictably. Okay? Paul Scher, an expert at the Center for New American Security and author of Army of None, Autonomous Weapons and the Future of War.
New American Security? Hold on. That is bothering me. Like a new American? Or...
No. The Center for New American Security.
Oh, okay.
That's like an entire...
I know, but just New American? I don't know. Are we going to be the United States of New America?
Well, he says it is time to have a more sophisticated discussion about autonomous weapon technology. The discussion surrounding humans in the loop ought to be more sophisticated than simply a binary, are they or aren't they, Scher says. If a human makes a decision to engage a swarm of enemy drones, does the human need to individually select each target? Oh, come on now, guys. Like I just said, I mean, I think it's okay for the machine to auto-aim, right? I mean, I don't know.
Master Blaster, LOL.
Let's see. Skynet has been made self-aware. Oh, no. All right. Switching gears. All right. China targets Muslim women in push to suppress births in Xinjiang.
But then on the other hand, China is trying to, on social media, they're quieting down feminists because their birth rates are at an all-time low. China doesn't know what they're doing. China lies a lot.
You're just going to come out and say it.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. No, I like saying it like it is. The machines are in control. Come with me if you want to leave. Come with me if you want to leave. Get to the chopper.
Okay. China sends conflicting
when the government
messages.
the government ordered women in her most go upset.
Oh no, that was it.
When the government ordered women in her mostly Muslim community to be fitted with contraceptive devices, I can't say that name. Sadiq pleaded for an exemption. She was nearly 50 years old. She told officials in Xinjiang she had obeyed the government's birth limits and had only one child. It was no use. The workers threatened to take her to the police if she continued resisting, she said. She gave in and went to the government clinic where a doctor using metal forceps inserted an intrauterine device to prevent... This is disgusting. She wept through the procedure. I felt like I was no longer a normal woman. Ugh, this is terrible. Choking up as she... Go ahead, you read.
I felt like I was no longer a normal woman, Miss Sadiq said, choking up as she described the 2017 ordeal like I was missing something. Across much of China, the authorities are encouraging women to have more children as they try to stave off a demographic crisis from a declining birth rate. Oh, gee, maybe doing shit like this in 2017 would have been a good idea, eh? We can't read this one. I'm sorry, I'm going to get really upset.
Yeah. China, we're mad at you. I'm just playing. Well, I'm not playing, but... about the seriousness level. Anyway, let's lighten it up here as we start to close, just as a forewarning to you guys. Hey, we love you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, guys. Let's see what Ford is doing.
I'm very sorry for that woman that had to go through that. And all these other women that have to go through this.
Yeah. Certainly not the only one. You know what I mean? You okay?
I'm mad. I'm sorry. That's upsetting.
That's okay. It's upsetting. It is upsetting. Ford names the new F-150 electric pickup Lightning, with plans to reveal it in May 19th.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget about electric cars as this fuel crisis looms over us.
The Ford Lightning.
Chris Lightning.
Ford's upcoming all-electric F-150 pickup truck will be called Lightning.
Read suggestion. Go ahead. Sorry.
The name was last used by the automaker for street performance trucks in the 90s. That's right. I had some stuff pulled up just for that. Look at there. Does anybody remember the Ford Lightning? The Ford Lightning. No? Am I the only one? I guess if you're a Fast and the Furious fan, Brian, this was what he would drive to work to go see Mia to get a tuna sandwich. This is what he would pull up in. Yeah. This is the one that I grew up wanting.
Yeah.
This Lightning right here.
Lightning, man, I would take one of those today.
Yeah, man.
That is a gorgeous truck. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, I remember.
I'm so happy you like it. I wanted one of these so bad, man.
I remember growing up and I thought square bodies were so ugly, and now I'm like, oh man, look at the square body.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Would you prefer an electric F-150? Would you prefer a Cybertruck, or would you just say to heck with all of it?
Cybertruck, at least they're bulletproof.
They're not, though.
Well, yeah.
They threw the thing and it broke.
No. That was just the window.
It wouldn't stop a bullet.
Well, but it's supposed to be 3/4 inch thick steel, I thought.
3/4 inch. I could stab an ice pick through 3/4 inch steel.
I thought that it was supposed to be relatively bulletproof, and that was the perk. Otherwise, it's just weird looking. This is a lot of bad news on a Monday. It was just Mother's Day.
Oh. Ford released the name Monday. No, they didn't. This is not new. Along with plans to unveil the truck. Okay, they're like, look, guys, everyone, the world. Hello, are you listening? Okay, we're gonna be unveiling a new truck. It's all electric. No, I love how they repackage things.
No. It's like, this is our new invention. We call it truck.
Right.
A truck.
This time, it's electric. Not like that other truck. This one is not cyber.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This looks like a real truck. If you're a dude and you didn't like the Cybertruck, well, then this is a truck for you.
Let's see. The F-150 Lightning is due out months after other electric pickups, such as the GMC Hummer EV.
What's that look like?
Excuse me. Hummer came out with a new truck? Why didn't I know about this? Okay, you did not showcase this, but I like the music.
All right, Savage
Hold
is
on.
premiering in 8 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dang it. And I really wanted to do another
Hummer
room raid. We had a
EV
suggestion for a funny guy.
electric vehicle. Guys, it looks just like the Bronco.
It's gorgeous.
No.
It's like the
I
love
won't have
child of
this.
an Avalanche and a Bronco.
Hold on. Bronco. This is the new Bronco. Oh, boy, I really like it. I really, really like it. Wasn't it this in the new Jurassic Park? This is the new Hummer, which is clearly competition for the new... Tell me that this...
I want the new Bronco.
Tell me that this and this is not competition for each other.
Yeah, for sure. I want the Bronco.
Tell me that that's not competition.
No. Go back to the Bronco. Yeah, I like that better.
Can I get...
Wait, no, because the other one's a truck. But look at this
Prove it.
Bronco. Yeah,
Prove
because
it.
look, it's got a bed.
They're
That's a
calling
bed.
this an SUV.
Right, because...
Oh, I like the roof.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But look, go back to the Bronco. Look at this Jeep looking, open looking.
Yeah. That's
open.
This is classic Bronco stuff. This is what a futuristic Bronco would look like.
Babe, I
It
want
looks
a
great.
Bronco.
Is this electric? I wonder. I love that. I'm
All right.
weird. Don't worry about me. I like SUVs and stuff. Yeah, I really
Look at
love
this little
that.
hole in the side. I love that. What's
do.
it for? I don't know. Maybe my feet stink.
Yeah,
You don't know.
It isn't nothing about stink. You wouldn't stink if you drive this. You smell great.
I'm saying, what's the hole in the side of the truck for? Because it's probably going to get filled with water.
No, this isn't about water. This is high country. This is a desert truck right here.
Well, I just got done watching Cletus drive his freaking Hummer into the lake.
So you're inundated.
My brain is thinking about water.
No, I get it. Whoa. Okay, so this is not real. Alabama design. Oh boy. So somebody from Alabama heard about the new Bronco and has CGI. I guess. I don't know.
Whoa, go down again. Look at with the open front. Keep going. Right there.
Oh, because it's electric.
Right.
Wow. A frunk.
You can put so much junk in your trunk.
It's a frunk. It's like a bastardized Avalanche. Yeah, it is. This is not a Hummer. This isn't what a Hummer would look like in the future.
Sir, all
No,
those
but think about it. Okay?
power cells underneath.
This is the Hummer that we know of. This is the
Right.
V2. This is the one that Arnold Schwarzenegger was like, I really like this whole Humvee thing. I wish that we could have one of these for the civilian market, and thus the Hummer was born.
Right.
Which is essentially a Tahoe with a Hummer package on the outside. And in my opinion, I still think that's rad. Look at that. That's beautiful field, beautiful truck. I love it, love it, love it.
I have to be careful. I don't love all of them.
This is all Hummer. This is the Hummer.
Yeah, I love this. Yeah, the yellow. I really dig the yellow. Ugh. Which is weird because I don't normally like
I like
yellow.
the hole in the wall
The ceiling.
the hole in the door
I do too.
thing. Anyway. All right.
Oh,
Well,
we could go camping so hard in that.
yeah, we could.
That'd
This
be
is still
awesome.
the Boss right here. And I do believe it actually had a Boss 302 in it. The motor in it is a small block 302.
And remember, you could get the little camper bed.
Or it may have had the big block 350 Windsor in it. I really don't remember, but I do remember the camper.
It's like
And-
a bastardized Avalanche. That's what I said. It's like the love child of an Avalanche and a Bronco.
All right, guys. So changing gears as we close. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I was going to read out of 1 Corinthians, get into the word real quick, the way of love. Let's see.
Whole thing.
All right, the whole thing. All right, starting from, let's see, verse 1, chapter 13. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give away all I have, and if I deliver up my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing.
Chad says that a lot. If you don't have love, you have nothing.
Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part, but when the perfect comes, the partial will pass away. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I gave up childish ways. For now we see in a mirror dimly, because we gave up our childish ways. But then, when we were childish,
Right.
we saw face to face with truth, with love. Okay. But now that you see right here, this verse, that's how I understand this. That when I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I gave up childish ways, meaning that I've left that and I turned into something else. And now that I've turned into something else, I only see truth and love in like as if it was in a dark room, dimly in a mirror, But when I was a child, I saw truth and I saw love face to face. Everybody. Children are so honest and they're so loving and they're so giving. Okay. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I have been fully known. So now faith, hope, and love abide, these three, but the greatest of these is love.
Amen.
So, with that,
let
guys,
it be a summer of love, biblical.
Let this summer be the summer of love, the real summer of love, but with actual love.
Yeah.
And I encourage you all to be more loving, to be more giving, and to just don't even just worry about glorifying God where you can, when you can. If you can bless somebody, don't worry about what they're going to use the money for. Bless them.
Hey, if I can, yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, American Be Savage is getting ready to do a premiere. If y'all want to head over there, we're getting ready to wrap up. We can go powwow over there.
Guns, Games, and Gadgets channel is about to start. So be sure to head over to his channel. Subscribe over there. He's about to live. I'm excited for that.
Awesome.
So I'm going to head over there, brother. And I'm also about to go sit in my patio and watch for... I got a new bird feeder. I know. I should have made it. If you guys are interested in seeing any of that, just let me know in the comments, and I'll start to update you guys with more. But
Zach, quick breakdown. What's going on? All right.
Israel's
been attacked. Drones could be AI controlled.
Pentagon is thinking about how much control over the kill process that machines have, because we have new autonomous tanks, autonomous drones, weaponized. Okay, and they have the ability to be controlled by an artificial intelligence, but they're unpredictable and biased.
Right. Gas prices could be going up. None of your private information is safe because police stations, hospitals, everybody's getting hacked, and ransomware is a thing.
There was a cyber attack on the Colonial Pipeline that covers some 5,500 miles, and it affects 17 states are in a state of have declared an emergency. Sorry about that. All right. Well, as we wrap this up, guys, I just want to say I love you and thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm sorry. I wish I could give a faster breakdown. Hopefully you guys can check out the show and get caught up. But until the next time, guys, hey, you guys be vigilant, be safe out there. Please remember to keep us in your prayers, and my Aunt Stephanie as well. Pray for her. Pray for encouragement. Lift her spirits. I pray that she will not only be healed, but will be, edified. And I pray for you guys as well. And this nation, everything, financially, gasoline, everything, guys. Love you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and I'll see you on the next one. Bro fisticles.
I never do that.
What?
Sister fist.
What?
I did this. I did the fist. I never put it up to the camera.
All right.
What?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying. Love you guys. Bro fist. I was getting the music going. See you guys next time.
Bye, y'all.